Hi there, my name is Joe Noonan. I'm the Chief Product Officer at Superna, and I am here with David Milne, Senior Systems Engineer from Pure. And we just wanted to talk about the new partnership that we have and the success that we've already had in this partnership. An amazing initial deal that we'd love to just talk about and get some details. And David, nobody better than you who was critical to this whole deal from the Pure side to run through that for everyone on the Pure side of the house. So David, would you mind sharing just a little bit of the story behind the deal, a little bit about the customer, their name and vertical, things like that, and how it came about?
Yeah, so I mainly work in UK healthcare, which is mostly public sector. We have a large set of hospital trusts, one of which is University Hospital of Coventry and Warwickshire. So it's quite a large hospital trust. They have been a NetApp user for many, many years, or should I say they had been a NetApp user, and we were always keen to get in there and talk to them. So the deal came around that our reseller partner, Phoenix, had approached them as they were coming up to a 5-year renewal on the maintenance on NetApp, and they decided to go out to tender.
That's awesome.
And we got our opportunity to present to them.
That's excellent. And what was kind of the main challenge that the customer was facing and looking to address, and how did our joint solution address it better than what they were looking at?
So there are three main challenges, really. Number one, they wanted a kind of a system that would both support their large Hyper-V implementation, but mostly a large file sort of storage subsystem, which they already had with NetApp. They wanted it on potentially as a separate system, which is what we were able to provide. And this was roughly 2 to 3 petabytes of storage in the long run, with multiple different use cases for file. So one of those the issues that they raised fairly early on was they used a product called CryptoSpike, which I know Steve knows very well, since he used to work for the company he used to run it, and I'd done some work with that with Steve previously, and that did all of the sort of security, front end security kind of capabilities around the file-based solutions. We obviously within Pure we don't have that, so we needed something to work with. We didn't support and still don't support CryptoSpike, so we turned to Superna, and luckily Steve had moved into Superna. Steve and I have had a long relationship over the last 20 years, so knew each other, put in touch with each other to say we can't proceed with this deal unless we can offer this facility. What can you do for us? And luckily, Superna were already working on a flash array implementation for Superna to provide that CryptoSpike capability and beyond that, having already delivered FlashBlade capability previously. So we put that in front of the customer.
Oh, that's great. And I think you detailed out like almost the blueprint for a really ideal customer situation right there, right? You got healthcare, a lot of critical unstructured data. NetApp exists, which they have native security capabilities, plus they partner with ProLion. Pure can go in there with a great storage solution, and you have Superna helping on the security side. So it's an awesome blueprint there.
So that got us over that first hurdle. Won their sort of trust about the fact we're able to deliver that.
Oh, that's great. And as you worked with the customer, naturally, something can look good on paper, but you got to ultimately help them understand it and prove it out to them. What resonated the most with them, and did they give any feedback about the joint solution that you were proposing?
Yes. So the most important thing for them was that we reacted really quickly. We're able to put the solution and demonstrating the solution from Superna and also from Pure through things like test drive were absolutely key to winning this deal. They needed to see that everything working in action, even if it wasn't the same demo per se, although I understand we now have that. So the ability for us to quickly put that in front of the customer, show that we were working together tightly, and particularly obviously with the FlashBlade, put some data sheets in front of them, even though that was FlashBlade, but it showed we were working together. That cemented the fact that we had a strong relationship. And the other side was that Superna worked very, very quickly with our reseller partner, Phoenix to get involved with them as well, convince Phoenix that the resale was all going to be in one deal, so that they would be able to sell Pure and the compute and also the Superna licenses.
So you had a great target customer. You had a good solution to position against it, and it sounds like the collaboration with the Superna team and the Pure team and yourself. In the end, it was all about responsiveness and being really, really quick to.
Yeah, absolutely. It was key. It was key. Absolutely key for the customer.
That's great, and it's exactly what we want to do as a partner of Pure. Wrapping up here, we want to keep this short and sweet. Is there any advice that you would give to other Pure Storage reps that are looking to sell with Superna, or are looking to even understand that there might be an opportunity where Superna can help them win?
Key advice, like it is with many things when we're approaching this, is bring Superna in early. If you're up against NetApp or Dell, because Dell also have a number of products like CryptoSpike, and CryptoSpike is supported now on Dell, they will bring that in front of the customer to say, we can do this, and Pure can't. If we need to get in there early to say, we do this now, we have a validated, certified solution, which means that they lose a silver bullet. And that's really all they've got, as we know. Once we get into the other parts of storage and those kind of things, plus the ability that you guys give, which is way above what our competitors are delivering, then that gets us in the door early and able to set the table.
So I think you helped out with the blueprint on the customer, and the simple thing is, you got storage, there's critical data on it, bad guys are going after it.
Absolutely.
Security that you can provide to it is now becoming a pretty critical part of people's requirements, and we just have a very solid partnership to make that sense.
And for the Pure guys out there, it was 2x70s, 256s, and 2E Flasher 8E 1.5 petabyte systems went in the door. So that's roughly a $2 million deal, guys. Those are the things you can win with Superna against NetApp.
That's pretty nice. Love to hear it. Love the victory here. Love that it was just it's one that I think can scale and happen a lot, and it just happened to be the initial deal, and I think there's just a lot more cool stuff to come for both of our.
Absolutely. Looking forward to getting stuck into our next opportunity with you guys.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you, David, and Steve. Thanks for joining here and for all your support with David and the team. And we hope this helps resonate with the rest of the folks and give people some good content to help move forward and get more together.
Great. Thanks for your support.